Be true to you, girl. All right, that's a little song from Jamaica by Carlton and the Shoes. It's called Love Me Forever, and it's an all-time classic song from back home. It makes me feel really homesick. Well, anyway, so I want to talk about a couple things that's in the news. I mean, wow, what a freaking crazy 2 weeks we've had. Last 2 weeks we've had. I mean, obviously you've got the Black Lives Matter protests going on all over the country. You've got cops getting shot left, right, and center. I mean, police stations getting shot up, you know. You still have tons of police shooting, you know, unarmed black people happening. And then you haven't even gotten to the international situation with Russia and China, of course, gearing up more, marching us closer to World War III. And then here with local politics, you have Bernie Sanders coming out and endorsing Hillary Clinton before we even get to the convention. And I want to start with that issue. So as you guys know that I'm 100% Bernie or bust, right? But how can you fight for somebody if they aren't even willing to fight for themselves? Now, I understand all the other, what everybody will say, well, you know, he tried hard, and at the end of the day, we have to defeat Trump and all of this stuff. Look, no. Understand something. This fight was never about picking Bernie Sanders. This fight was saying, fuck you to the establishment. And we're not going to give up that fight or quit just because the person who was basically the symbol of our fight decided not to continue, you know. So now, look, I get where Bernie is coming from. I get that what he's trying to do, you know. And I see some people going as far as to call him a sellout. Like, no, dude, come on. The dude is not a sellout. You don't have a 40-year record like Bernie freaking Sanders and get to be called a sellout. From his perspective, he's looking at what he thinks is the big picture, and he sees Donald Trump as absolutely terrible, you know. Now, here's where I come down on this issue. Yes, Bernie, I respect you. I respect all the work you've done. But at the end of the day, we have to take a stand. And we have to fight for something, regardless of what, if we win or we lose. We have to go down swinging, you know? And it's one of these things where we have to look beyond just this election cycle. We have to look at the future, 10, 20 years from now, where we want this country to end up, and where we want the world to end up. And if you take the long-term view, there is absolutely no way you can rationally or honestly decide to vote for Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, especially because you know the path that both of them want to lead this country down. So now you might be asking, well, what's the alternative? The alternative is Jill Stein. Obviously Jill Stein. And I'm not the only one who feels this way. After Bernie Sanders endorsed Jill Stein, her donations increased 1,000%. Fuck yes. Look, understand something. The very essence of democracy is for us to have a choice. We always have a choice. And we can choose not to accept the lesser of two evils. We can say no and stand up for something. And we have to start breaking the cycle of always choosing the lesser of two evils, or letting, you know, establishment Democrats push us around or treat liberals like, you know, crap. You know, Bernie is out there talking about, thanks to him, this is the most progressive platform the Democratic Party has ever had. Yeah, true. But so the fuck what? The platform doesn't freaking matter. Empty promises from a liar are completely useless. You know? Like, let me ask you this question, right? I'm somebody who got charged with robbing a couple banks. Would you hire me as a bank manager? I mean, it's common freaking sense, you know? You can't just trust empty words and empty promises. You have to have actions behind them. And I'm sorry, Bernie Sanders' endorsement does not change anything with respect to my views on Hillary Clinton. I'm sorry. And if you feel the same way, you have a choice. There's no reason why you need to go in some states, like what the fuckery that they did in Arizona, where you need to go stand in a line for 6 hours. For what? To vote for the establishment candidate? You have a choice. And you can break this cycle. You know? You have alternatives out there. Vote for Jill Stein. And now, you might be saying, yes, Jill Stein has no chance of winning and all of that stuff. Yeah, that's true. But what you need to understand is if she can get above 10% of the vote, she'll get federal funding for the Green Party. That's what you call incremental change, step by step, fighting for it, you know, building a new party on solid foundations, solid principles, uncompromising principles, you know, progressive values. And it's time that we have real change. So now, I'm not going to tell you what you need to do. You know, ultimately, you have to make that choice. You have to make that decision. And that right there is the essence of democracy. Your choice. You know? But I've made my choice. You know, I will absolutely not support Hillary Clinton under any circumstances. Vote Jill Stein. And, you know, that's all I got to say. Now for the future of the channel. So some pretty big developments have happened this week as well. I bought a brand new camera. You know, it's a DSLR. It's freaking badass. You know, I have a lens on order, some microphones, a bunch of other shit. It's cost me a fuckload of money, but fuck it, whatever. So I'm going to, in a couple weeks, you're going to be seeing much higher quality video and way better audio. So yeah, I'm really going to revolutionize the channel, and we're going to go and do some different stuff, you know, fun stuff. I really want to get into doing car reviews as well, and I have a couple really awesome cars lined up. That would be cool. So I'm thinking that I'll probably create another channel to do that and keep this channel strictly for my political commentary. But let me know what you think. If you think I should split the channel where I do all my reviews and on non-political stuff on that channel, and then keep this channel exclusively for liberal political commentary. Let me know what you think. And as always, thank you for watching.